I'm Sofia Bernardi, mindset and business coach supporting ambitious new and rising coaches plus service-based businesses to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business using the Rising Coach method. I built a multi-six-figure business by the age of 24, and in this podcast, I will teach you the psychology, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 reasons why you need a private Facebook group as part of your marketing strategy. Now, having a private Facebook group is a strategy that I have used from day one in my business, and utilizing a Facebook group supported me to sign my first clients in business, made my first $10,000 in there, and now making $80,000 per month. So that is evidence for you that if I can do it, so can you. And my clients have also managed to grow their businesses to consistent 10K months utilizing this strategy as well. It's important that you master this strategy, as there are plenty of groups that also don't succeed and profit, and that's typically because they're missing some really foundational pieces or simply not prioritizing it. So I'm all about simplicity. I don't want to do anything that's hard or complicated. I want to be able to utilize the same strategy over and over again and commit to mastering it. So if this episode really resonates with you and you haven't quite yet found your strategy that seems sustainable and scalable and fun and supports the lifestyle that you want to create, then this might be the perfect strategy for you to adopt. And if you want to master it to save yourself time, energy, and money, then you can come join one of my programs. We have different programs dependent on your stage of business that are very supportive and flexible for the stage of life you're in as well. And I would love to support you. So if this resonates, come hit me up on Instagram or book a free 30-minute clarity call with me, and I will gladly have a chat and see if we're the right fit and I can help you. So let's dive in. Now, number one is that you get to do what you love. And I really want to dive deep on this first and foremost, because at the end of the day, as a coach or a service provider, we want to help people. We want to connect with people. We love people and relationship building. If you don't like talking to humans and you don't like helping people, you are probably in the wrong industry, because that is all we do as a coach. And the really cool thing about having a Facebook group and running trainings and challenges in your Facebook group is, instead of spending so much time in the back end writing hundreds of posts or getting stuck and overwhelmed in complicated tech and all of these sorts of things, you can show up and help people in your group, because that's what you're supposed to do in that. You're supposed to add value, and it doesn't have to be through millions of long written posts. It can be from a 5 to 10 minute live video where you're adding value and having a very particular call to action that leads people to working with you. And so you can spend your time in there just helping people and coaching people and connecting with your community that you are building. And that is so much fun. So if you're sick of writing so many posts and spending all day in Canva and not actually going out there and talking and building relationships with people, having a Facebook group is a really nice way to do that, and a way that doesn't require cold DMing, right? Because people are coming to you in your group, so they want to connect with you, and it's just a huge permission slip for you to build relationships with those people. Number two is you get to sell to many people at once. So a very typical strategy that many people follow, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is definitely complementary to having a Facebook group, but typically people create this endless amount of content on several social media platforms, and they are having individual conversations with all of these people and individual sales calls and then follow-up emails and all of the things. And like I said, all of these things have a time and place and serve a very particular and beneficial purpose. But when you master running a Facebook group and running challenges in your group, you get to sell to many people at once, which saves you time and energy. And then you can commit to mastering running a challenge and getting that right, which will convert people, as opposed to having one conversation or one call at a time. So that's something to really consider there, is when you utilize this strategy, it's scalable because it doesn't require your one-to-one time. It requires mastering a strategy to a group, right? So that's one benefit there. Number 3 is that it's really fun and simple and scalable. This is important, right? Because like I said, we love helping people and building relationships with people. And it's such a simple strategy of get people into your group, warm up your group, and make offers to people. And that's really simple. It's not overwhelming. It's not complicated. It doesn't require lengthy sales pages. It doesn't require Facebook ads. It doesn't require paying for all of these subscriptions. It's a free platform and it's scalable, right? Because it's adding value to a group. So that's a huge benefit, is that when you enjoy what you're doing and it is sustainable, then you're going to be consistent. You're going to want to show up and you're going to consistently show up. And that is very, very powerful. Number 4 is that it's an opportunity for people in your group to get sold on your concept. So your signature process that you teach. So for example, I teach the Rising Coach method, and I talk about the Rising Coach method in a lot of my content in my group. So people are constantly hearing the same thing and getting sold on my process as opposed to other people's, right? Because they're hearing it so much more and they're hearing my reasons behind everything. Just like you might be getting sold right now on why you need to master having a private Facebook group and running challenges in it, right? So it's an opportunity for people to get sold on your concept and your energy. You know, it can take time in some cases for people to build that trust and that like, know and trust factor with you. And so by you showing up consistently and being yourself and sharing your energy, that allows people to get to know you. And if there's rapport, your increases of converting that person is significantly higher when there isn't rapport. You're not going to get sales when there isn't rapport, right? And it's also going to get people to realize your expertise. So when you're talking about the same thing over and over again, being very, very niche, you get to become an expert in that field and you become known for what it is you talk about. And this is why being really niche is really important, and why talking about the same thing is also really, really important. Number 5 is that you get to constantly warm up your existing audience in your group and bring new people into your group. So it's always worth your time showing up there, because some people will buy faster than others. There are some people that will buy in the first 5 minutes of meeting you, and there will be some people that need to watch you for an entire year. And there will be some people in your group that will never buy from you and only ever want free stuff, and that's okay too, right? The beautiful thing is you're still just using your time to speak to all of those people, and no matter what pace they buy at, you're warming them up very slowly, as everyone has different buying rates. And that makes it a really great use of your time, that you're constantly meeting new people and warming these people up so that they're ready to buy from you. Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you. Now, number 6 is that you can easily repurpose your content into the group from other platforms. So if you have some weeks where for whatever reason you're quite busy and you don't have time to do live trainings in your Facebook group, then luckily with having a Facebook group, you can upload and repurpose content from other social media platforms. So you can put your posts in there, you can put previous videos in there, you can put, hand raiser posts in there. You can put reels in there. I can upload previous podcast recording videos. Like I can put anything in there because like the Facebook groups support different types of medias, which is really, really handy when you are short on time or the previously created content is still relevant for right now. Whereas on some social media platforms, for example, TikTok, you can't put photos on there, and vice versa. Whereas with a Facebook group, everything can go in there, which is amazing. The other thing that I really want to share with number 7 is that it really builds a lot of authority. So I don't know about you, but I found this with both the podcast and Facebook groups. When I was starting out in business, I felt that anyone that had a Facebook group or had a podcast just was the coolest person ever, and I felt like they had so much authority in the space. Now, having had a podcast and a Facebook group, I feel like I'm a very normal human, but for whatever reason, I felt that everyone that had a podcast was just so cool. They knew what they were talking about, and I instantly had a lot of rapport with them, because I was like, how could they create such a niche podcast if they weren't the best of the best at it? And I thought the exact same thing with a Facebook group. So I found that it builds a lot of authority. I am by no means saying you need to have both a Facebook group and a podcast, not at all. It's not for everyone. I do the podcast because I love it so much, and it's beneficial in different ways as well. But I just find it builds so much authority. And if I'm struggling with something in particular and I happen to come across a Facebook group that specializes in that, or even just an account in general of someone that specializes in it, I automatically think that they know what they're talking about, and so much rapport is built, as opposed to someone that is a generalist helping everyone with everything. So make sure that you are really niche, and you demonstrate that within your Facebook group. And I promise you, your authority will skyrocket, and people will come to you. Number 8 is that it brings your audiences from every other social media platform to one place. So for example, you could be listening to my podcast episode right now, or watching me if you're watching the video. Hello. And I don't know that you're watching. You can't like the podcast. You can leave a review on it and you can share it. But other than that, I don't really know who's watching. I know how many people are listening, but I don't really know who. Whereas, let's say I make a call to action in this podcast episode for you to go check out my Facebook group. Suddenly your name appears and I can actually connect with you. Let's just say you're also posting on several social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Instead of all the time talking about, oh, hey TikTok family, come on Instagram. Hey Instagram, go on TikTok. Hey LinkedIn, go on, TikTok or whatever. You can just get you can just have the same call to action on all those social media platforms to go to your Facebook group. And so you're maybe finding people from different social media platforms, but you're all getting them to go to the same place where you will convert them, which is within your Facebook group through running challenges. That is genius, guys. That allows you to have a scalable approach when it comes to posting content on different platforms. If you see the benefits and you have a team supporting you, or you have the time and energy and desire to post on many platforms, again, you only need to focus on one. But if you would like to focus on many, then that is something you can absolutely do. Now, where am I up to? We are up to number 9. You can run challenges, trainings, and workshops in your Facebook group. Now, this is amazing because you can't just do this on other platforms nearly as easily or well. There are certain features and benefits of a Facebook group that allows you to do this really well, where it's organized and structured and scalable and systemized and all of the things. So running launches and conversion events such as challenges or masterclasses doesn't require PowerPoint slides or Zoom or other subscriptions or things like that to work. So it's perfect for people just starting out in business and at a more scaling stage. And the cool thing about running challenges in your Facebook group is, if you would like a script to follow, you can have, Facebook open where you're going live, and you can have a document side by side that you're reading off of. Whereas when you're on Zoom, you're sharing your screen typically with a Canva presentation, and it's way harder to be reading notes and following a script or template. So you have a much better job of, stepping into your confidence when you're in a Facebook group, because people can't see your screen. They can just see your beautiful face, and you can see people engaging, and it lasts permanently. Whereas when you're running a conversion event on Zoom, once it's over. People can't watch the replay as easily, or they don't necessarily watch it. Whereas in a Facebook group, the content stays in there, and so it's constantly being viewed and utilized. So your time that you spent on it is always valuable. Whereas on Zoom, once the episode is over, it's once the training is over, it's over, and it can't easily be repurposed as well, where you can generate sales in the future. So having a Facebook group keeps all of that content in one place, which is perfect for people that want to binge watch your content before purchasing from you. And then number 10 is that it builds a community, and this is everything. Your community is everything. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and your tribe is just everything. So you want to make sure that you are building that community
community and bringing people together, because that makes people feel safe. And that's honestly like another benefit of having a Facebook group in general, to be honest, is that it creates this sense of safety because it's a private community of like-minded people in one place. So you don't need to worry about what people that might not agree with what you do are thinking or saying, because they can't see your content unless they're in your group and you choose who's in it, which is again another benefit of having a private Facebook group is you choose who sees your content. So you don't need to worry about your auntie or your uncle or your mum or your sister or your friend, what they think of you, right? Or your ex or whatever. You can simply focus on your ideal clients because you're in control of who's in there and who's not, which is amazing. And you can trust and know that the people that are taking the time to go join your group, it's because they want to be there. You know, no one made them do that, right? And that's what's really, really cool. So they are the many benefits of running a private Facebook group as part of your strategy and running challenges in there, right? If you want to learn the full strategy on how to create, build, and grow your Facebook group and convert in there through running challenges, that is what I specialize in, and I would love to help you with that. All you need to do is book a free clarity call with me. The link is in the show notes, so please go book that in. I have spaces available this week to speak with people that would like to work with me. I'm very, very passionate about this topic and would love to support you on your ventures of helping humanity to rise, because that is personally what I'm on a mission to do. And so I love working with anyone that is passionate about helping people and contributing and making a real positive impact on the planet. So if that is you, you are kind, you are female, and you are committed, book a call with me and let's master this simple, scalable, and fun strategy together. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I've got plenty of other episodes that I have recorded and will be recording on Facebook groups, so make sure that you subscribe and you stay along for the journey, because there's lots of content you can listen to make sure you're making the absolute most out of this strategy and growing your online coaching business. Have the best week, my loves, and I will speak to you next week. Bye.
Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you.